a journey?
Yeah.
Obvious question, really. Why is it called that?
What I decided to do was to put the poems in date order that I wrote them. So not necessarily putting something punchy at the beginning to claw people in. Literally, as they were written, they've gone in the book. So what was I thinking that particular day to the next day? Sort of the poems, they've all ended up being a little bit random just because of the.
So if that's the case, it's almost a bit like a catalogue of you through a period of time.
It is indeed. So they're not all poems as well. I've created some characters. I've got this chap called the Grumpy Old Riddler, who just moans about everything in rhyme, and picks on some things that maybe we miss from day to day, that maybe we should be more aware of.
Where's the inspiration for that come from?
The Grumpy Riddler being angry in the morning.
So you then, effectively.
Yeah. It's called EMT, Early Morning Temper, and I just write it down. If someone's getting on my nerves, it's the Grumpy Old Riddler. Yeah. I'm learning about other poets now. I've never been interested in sort of reading other poetry, and now the First World War's having its anniversary, 100 years. Mm-hmm. I'm now being asked to read some poetry on that, so I'm studying all this amazing poetry. People when they're in trenches, the last hours of their life, and they're finding themselves, bursting into spoken word and writing poetry. So
who's your biggest influence?
I think he's in this room actually. He's Peter over there. He's my favourite poet. And
Where's Pete?
I'll put that in my book.
There he is.
And there's a gentleman called Selby who's not here this evening, and then Selby's female version of Rosie here is an amazing poet. And all the poets in this room have been an inspiration.
Somewhere between heaven and hell, between the terraces and the hotels, between the bus stop and the taxi rank, at the still point of the spinning universe, is the laundrette.
Talk, 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 natter, natter, girls will gossip all night long. Talk, 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 chatter, chatter, girls will prattle all day long. Phone rings, what's the matter? Did you hear about June and John? You should talk to Sandy, she's the reason it went wrong. So talk, 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 talk.
Under the rays of day, anxiety keeps on creeping in. But once the sun sets, I let the moonbeams consume me. The rays, they pass straight through me, soothe me, remove the confuse me, so that I'm left with a dude who usually proves to be undisputably happy, actually.
Club card? I say the same thing. How many questions will I need to get this out of my life? The checkout operator, mundane, must be driven insane by the beeps and the squeaks, the micro chat about the weather. Yes, points for Christmas. That's what most of us like. So as I find your store to shop till I drop, every little helps. Buying stuff with double points I don't want or even like. Loyalty. What? Little old me. Up against this great big fish-stealing giant of the sea. The sizes of the stores are killing us with obesity. Consume until you're a balloon, but don't worry, because now they have clothes to fit. Just need to rely more on the sky for foreign supply and then label it for the cheek of it. If they can give it to us, they must be taking it off of us in the first place. Taken away. Now there's a thought, the thing that used to be in your local store that isn't there anymore. The pub that's now an express shop, the florist that's now a bucket rack. Yes, we would love you shoppers to pay as you stay, but here comes another consumer. Best you go with a point or two. Here's my point, loyalty to who? Thank you.
Where do you go? In times of whether it's joy or darkness as a poet?
Music. How can you see this? What are the reasons why? A garden full of memories and happiness within my own mind. The secret, esoteric meditation, the one I think I'm going to try.
A pocket full of ink and painted fizz is my ticket to ride the soaring birds. The journey becomes clearer in stages, and the right train really won't take ages. To find that home is where the art is. Thank you.
So about time, can it be rewritten? Or will it be a re-energised, a buoyant version? Lest we change the things we do for the better. Let life and time and love be the old devil moon, but leave the powerful device, or the divine thread of reality itself, in and out of time. But through let love's be the one of all time's passion. Thank you.
I do not know where my brown curtains went, the bed sheets and those awful towels. When did I recognise their awfulness? Other echoes haunt any happiness, of course. You dream with some sadness of the house you grew up in. Now a new miracle beats for attention in your belly. We have made a space sacred to us, yet at last we will be leaving, setting out like 3 explorers from the ships. Thank you very much for listening.
I like to listen to other talent as well, and the talent that's coming through, encourage people. And some of the young poets I've listened to there, I've gone along, you know, the stuff I've heard is just incredible. The words just falling and colliding, like, wow, this, you know, the talent, like I said, you know, like Matt and his son Chris, the talent that's in Bournemouth at the moment. And audiences like tonight, there's a lot of people in here tonight I've not seen before that have come along, and these audiences are engaging with spoken word. And when we take that to a festival, you know, and I'm sort of bumping into Matt, and Matt's first poem I did to Matt was one about Lucifer, about the devil, you know, and sort of really engage people and bring them in. And you know, and Rosie's here tonight, you can hear some incredible poetry from this young lady. It's just a wealth of entertainment, and it's free. Entertainment's free. It's still the same brush, it's still the same ink, it's still the same words, it's still the same pen, it's still the same paper.
I believe there's a heart in each and every one. It's just got to be saved before all of the love is dead and gone. Because then who knows what the beast might create or destruct on his way. It's clear he feels to him the world has a debt to pay. They are sly-driven and deceitful people, but often clever with intent of pure evil, inhumane mere mortals, roaming round our streets, corrupting our unity and even poisoning the food that we eat.
I think that it's wicked, but it's so much fun. I ask you for an innuendo, and you give me one, and I try so hard. Try so hard. Try so hard to keep naughty thoughts at bay.
This isn't fancy packaging, market target guaranteed wrapping. We will improve your sex drive, live till you're 105, stay alive. Learn to drive them crazy, grow your own fields of maize. Pick the sun from the sky as if it was a daisy.
Given the book is, you know, 3 years, how different are you now from when you first started it 3 years ago?
I think my writing is
as a poet.
Yeah, my writing's changing again now. Obviously, we've had a poet laureate competition, and the ball game's changed. Yeah, the rules of poetry are changing. The format.
Do you feel you've got to be more on your game now than you were then?
I'm interested. I'm interested now in reading, you know, some of the classic poetry. I'm interested in developing as that, you know, in that style of poetry. And not forgetting the spoken word, not forgetting the stuff that's, you know, the festivals and the stuff that you don't write down, you just remember, and you just change it each time, depending on the audience. And if it's like a slam and it's lots of old people, I have to swear loads. if I want to get some high scores, you just got to swear your head off. And, I learned that the hard way. I gave him a love poem and got no points.
And final question: if heaven exists, what's the first thing you'd want God to say to you as you went through the pearly gates?
You can have my chair, son.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Biddle.